Rob, there were 10 mentions of the word final in the Pfizer offer, which Astra has rejected. So far today, Astra shares are down 10%. They seem to think it's all over. Is it?
The fat lady has not sung, but she is warming up. It appears that the UK takeover panel, in their eyes, when you say it's final, it's supposed to be final. And as far as we can make out, what that means is there might be some room for negotiating around the edges, meaning the price stays at £55 a share, but other points they come to different agreements on, but 55 ain't changing, and neither side looks willing to negotiate. So
I take that. This has not been a great advertisement for the clarity of takeover panel rules. But was Astra wrong to reject the deal?
absolutely. It's a huge premium to their undisturbed price. And AstraZeneca is at pains to say that premium doesn't reflect the real value of the company and its pipeline of drugs. But the fact is, before this bid came out, a lot of smart people were looking at this company and saying it was worth £38. And not much has changed between then and now. There hasn't been groundbreaking scientific results in the interim. So if the market was anywhere near right, AstraZeneca is being offered a good price, not even a good price, a great price. And when that happens, you take it.
Okay. Now, tax savings were a large part, obviously, and that was a risk, I think, for Astra's holders to kind of take on. Yes.
Right.
But then the question then becomes, well, what does Pfizer do now? You know, if they've been looking for these tax savings, where else can it find them? And in particular, can it come back to Astra?
Well, it can come back to Astra only under two conditions, under, again, the panel rules. One is that somebody else comes and makes a bid. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And then they can wait a certain period of time, 6 months, a year, and then restart again. So they could take another bite at the apple a year down the road. The problem for them is that if they decide to go after another target, is that there's not many UK targets of the right size. Remember, the shareholders of the target company have to end up owning 20%. So Shire, for example, ain't getting the job done. Even if they pay all in shares, the Shire shareholders don't end up owning enough of the combined company to make the tax inversion work. So, and I don't think Pfizer has a stomach for GSK. So Pfizer, in terms of tax strategy, seems to be out of luck for the time being. And as you say, it was always a risk. The question is, was taking on those risks worth 55 a share to AstraZeneca's shareholders? And I think they were.
Right. So it sounds like the fat lady is still warming up. Thank you, Rob.